Number 10. Botfly larva in rural Honduras. The Air Force Mobile Ophthalmic Surgical Team extracted a botfly larva from the eye of a 5-year-old male patient. The little boy was put under anesthesia and the larva was extracted from his eyeball. Dermatobia hominis is a species of botfly which parasitizes humans, with a range from southern Mexico down about halfway through Chile and Argentina. Botflies usually lay their eggs on animals such as cattle, however botfly larvae usually develop regardless of the species, leading to some horrific results. The botflies use 40 different species of mosquitoes and other insects as a vector to infect humans. The fly captures the vector, deposits the eggs onto it, and releases it. When the mosquito bites a human to feed, the eggs are dropped onto the skin. Body heat causes the eggs to hatch, and they quickly burrow under the skin through the bite hole provided by the vector. Over the course of the next 8 weeks, the larvae develop. After they have grown large enough, about 18 to 24 millimeters, the larvae exit the skin and drop to the soil where they will pupate for about a week before starting over with the life cycle. Number 9. Maggots in ear. A man in India visited a hospital complaining about a pain in his ear. After the doctor examined his ear, he found hundreds of larvae feeding on the man's flesh. In the video, a close-up shot reveals a mass of white maggots squirming in the patient's ear canal. The patient has been diagnosed with oral myiasis, a condition in which fly larvae infest a person's ears. Young children and the elderly are most susceptible to this parasitic infestation and usually complain of a buzzing sound in their ears. The maggots are known to feed on the host's flesh and may eat into the brain tissue if the condition is left untreated. Dr. Vikram Yadav, who did the extraction, advises the public to cover a sleeping child or elderly person's face with a cloth in bedrooms with houseflies flying around to prevent the insects from laying eggs in their orifices. Oral myiasis is common in tropical and subtropical areas, and has a fatality rate of 8%, according to the Mirror. Most patients are kids younger than 10 and very ill adults, which is why Yadav says the best treatment is a preventative one. Number 8. Eel and bladder. In 2011, a Chinese man named Zhang Nan was having a bath with little eels that were supposed to nibble the dead skin off his body. His thought was that bathing with the eels would make him look 10 years younger. Our guess is that when one of them made a beeline for his pee line, it probably just shaved a decade off his life instead. I climbed into the bath and I could feel the eels nibbling my body. But then suddenly I felt a severe pain and realized a small eel had gone into the end of my penis. I tried to hold it and take it out, but the eel was too slippery to be held and it disappeared up my penis. The 56-year-old Zhang Nan from Hangzhou, Hubei province said. For his vanity, Zhang was rewarded with 3 hours of surgery to remove the slippery little guy from his bladder. Sadly, the eel died before doctors could reach it. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. In fact, the old fish in the penis story is one of the most famous urban legends of all time. Oh, and this photo? Yeah, that's the actual one that they retrieved from Mr. Nan. Number 7. Fish in lungs. Another boy from India complained about breathing problems after playing with his friends in a river. Much to the doctor's surprise, a 9 centimeters long fish was found in the boy's lung. 12-year-old boy underwent surgery to remove a swallowed fish in central India's Kargan district. Anil Barlow was playing a common game amongst his young peers in a local river where the object of the game was to try and catch live fish and swallow them whole. This isn't normally an issue, however Anil somehow managed to actually inhale the 9-centimeter fish, placing the fish in his lungs rather than his stomach. The young boy quickly realized that he was having trouble breathing and was rushed to a nearby hospital. The small fish had caused a massive lung obstruction, thereby resulting in a rapid decline in blood oxygen levels, causing the doctors to operate immediately on the struggling boy. According to Dr. Pramod Jawar, the operation lasted a total of 45 minutes while they removed the fish from the lung. The doctor also stated that the fish was alive and taking its last breath when the bronchoscopy was done. Number 6. Lungfish in intestine. A man was forced to undergo radical surgery to have a live fish removed from his intestine. Graphic footage shows the man from Londrina, Brazil, having an operation to remove a South American lungfish from his body. In the horrific clip, a surgeon pulls out the eel-like fish, known to grow up to a length of 4 feet, which had apparently burrowed into the man's body. It is unknown how the live fish found its way into the unidentified man's body, but one report claims that the intestinal invader was 2 feet in length at the time of its removal. It can be seen being taken from his abdomen and wrapped in a cloth. Miraculously, the fish was still very much alive when it was removed, and can be seen wriggling around. One report suggests it was 2 feet long, although this has not been verified. The creature later had to be euthanized, according to the Brazilian news website esmeraldanoticias.com. The unidentified man, who has recovered from the operation, has now complained after his graphic operation was filmed. Number 4. cockroach in ear. Hendrik Helmer of Darwin, Australia will probably be sleeping with earplugs from now on after he woke up at 2:30 a.m. with a cockroach in his ear canal. Feeling a considerable amount of pain but not knowing exactly what it was that was inside his ear, he suspected it was a small insect. Helmer grabbed a vacuum cleaner and tried to suck the bug out of his ear. This seemed to make the roach angrier, and the pain in his ear got worse. Later on, when I stood up and it happened, it would sort of hunch me over and drop me down to the ground, Helmer told 105.7 ABC Darwin radio station. I was hoping it wasn't a poisonous spider. I was hoping it didn't bite me. Helmer wound up at Royal Darwin Hospital, where doctors first tried pouring olive oil down his ear canal. That only caused the cockroach to burrow deeper into Helmer's ear. Doctors then used forceps to finally extract what turned out to be a 2 cm roach from Helmer's ear. Number 5. Tapeworm in intestine. Tapeworms are long parasitic creatures frequently found in human intestines where they can live for up to an incredible 25 years. On average, tapeworms found in humans are several meters long, with the longest tapeworm ever found inside a human body measuring 25 meters long. BBC TV presenter Dr. Michael Mosley has infected himself with a number of parasites in an effort to understand how they affect the human body. This footage shows the moment when Michael Mosley discovered a tapeworm living inside him. He swallowed tapeworm cysts, stuck a leech on his arm, and tried to infest himself with lice, in a new BBC 4 documentary program. In this latest film, he swallows 3 tapeworm cysts, larvae, which he obtained from infected cattle in Kenya. Number 3. Spider in ear. Pop star Katie Melua, a Georgian-British singer, went to see the doctors after hearing scratching noises inside her ear all week and was shocked to discover that the noises were in fact caused by a jumping spider that had taken up residence in her ear canal. The doctor used a suction device to take out the spider, which Katie later set free in her garden. The 30-year-old singer, who has a single entitled Spider's Web, appears to be tickled by this finding. She tweeted, "Though the thing looked terrifying up close on the doctor's camera, once he took him out it was pretty small." Number 2. Worm in eye. Here is a video clip of a 20 centimeters long worm being removed from a human eye through surgical procedure. It is the first time ever that such a long worm growing in the eye has been recorded. The video has evoked great interest among medical students as well as the general public. Dr. Ashley Thomas Mulamudil, the doctor who recorded this unique surgery, says that this is the 7th worm that he has removed in the last 1 decade, and it is also the longest. The worm Lulu was originally found in Africa and has now reached Asia. The mangrove fly or deer fly is believed to be the carrier of this worm. The eggs of the worm enter the human body through small wounds inflicted by the fly. The death of the worm inside the body could be fatal as it could contaminate the blood. The disease is known as microfilariasis or Lulu infestation. According to Mr. M.R. Hari, executive editor of India Video, the process recorded by Dr. Ashley fetched 2 million views on Facebook in 3 days, and this persuaded them to make a short movie with supporting information to make it useful. Lulu disease could be a major health problem in future, and hence an awareness campaign is the need of the hour. We take up that mission now, says Mr. Sriram Hebar, CEO of One India. Number 1. Your own twin. Probably one of the most disturbing things to live inside a person's body is their own twin. Sanju Bhagat's stomach was once so swollen he looked 9 months pregnant and could barely breathe. Living in the city of Nagpur, India, Bhagat said he'd felt self-conscious his whole life about his big belly. But one night in June 1999, his problem erupted into something much larger than cosmetic worry. An ambulance rushed the 36-year-old farmer to the hospital. Doctors thought he might have a giant tumor, so they decided to operate and remove the source of the bulge in his belly. Basically, the tumor was so big that it was pressing on his diaphragm, and that's why he was very breathless, said Dr. Jay Mehta of Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai. Because of the sheer size of the tumor, it makes it difficult to operate. We anticipated a lot of problems. Mehta said that he can usually spot a tumor just after he begins an operation. But while operating on Bhagat, Mehta saw something he had never encountered. As he cut deeper into Bhagat's stomach, gallons of fluid spilled out, and then something extraordinary happened. To my surprise and horror, I could shake hands with somebody inside, he said. It was a bit shocking for me. Inside Bhagat's stomach was a strange, half-formed creature that had feet and hands that were very developed. Its fingernails were quite long. We were horrified. We were confused and amazed, Mehta said. According to Mehta, there are fewer than 90 cases of fetus in situ recorded in medical literature. Today Bhagat is in good health and leads a normal life, but he still gets teased occasionally. They still ridicule him. What they say is, "You went for an operation and you had the baby," Mehta said. Thank you for watching. Visit our channel or subscribe for more great stuff.